Good morning. This is Pep Talk, Pensacola's expert panel on Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for BoatSmart. Stefan Schmidt is here. Bill Kidwell is here, sponsored by Key Marine Center of Northwest Florida. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Hello.
Can you feel the electric in the air?
Oh, my God. Everybody's so excited.
I mean, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I left my house this morning, and I live kind of near the airport, and all of these civilian planes were taking off.
Yeah.
And you can tell because they have different, it's like a whole different, it wasn't a normal, American Airlines flying in. It was definitely
Did they fly low?
That's a whole, been a lot of talk about that low
There
pass,
is,
right?
There is. But you know what? I want to touch those airplanes when they come over me. So
I do too.
If I'm on the boat, if I can reach up and touch them, I'm happy. So,
I had the privilege of working out there a few summers being with the Beach Chamber.
Awesome.
So it's a really fun event.
So awesome. So awesome.
And we'll be doing traffic reports here on the radio station today and tomorrow. We will also be narrating live today at 2 o'clock. You can tune in to hear the narration. And tomorrow from 11 to 2 to the 11 o'clock for the Civilian Acts and also the Blue Angels Air Show.
And maybe you're out there on the boat today and you have a report. You can give us that as well.
Yeah,
or tomorrow,
there you go.
that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you're going out tomorrow. Maybe you're going out today. I am not going out there. I decided away from that.
There's something to be said for the two boat professionals that are not going out into the Blue Angels.
We know what to expect.
Yeah.
There's something there.
I've been to a lot of air shows by boat, of course. I've done the NAS air show by boat, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
And we could literally feel the jet, the jets when they come over and did a turn at the end of the runway. They would actually move the boat with the jet.
Oh, wow.
You can feel the heat.
Thrust,
you can smell it.
Oh.
I mean, that's what we want here in Pensacola. Come on, y'all.
Awesome.
That's what we want. You are listening to BoatSmart. It is a call-in show, 850-437-1620. I always say call in, text in, 850-437-1620. That's what everybody does now is a lot of texting and stuff like that.
Texting works well.
Yep. So I am the marine instructor over at Georgestone Technical College, and Georgestone located at 2400 Longleaf Drive, and we are sponsored by Key Marine Center of Northwest Florida. Key Marine located at 5621 Bauer Rd here in Pensacola, 850-492-0487. Check out their website, keymarincenter.com. They are your Yamaha, Mercury, Suzuki, Mercruiser repower center, and they can service all those products as well as your accessories and your items on your boat, as well your bilge pumps, your lights, and things like that, which are very important. So if that stuff's not working, Key Marine can take care of that for you, and they'll do a courtesy check if you need a service on your engine. They always run through the systems and things like that to make sure that everything's working and make any kind of suggestions, that something that might need to be repaired.
Right.
So definitely will do that. They don't do that to upsell you. They do it to make sure that you're safe, out on the water. This weekend, especially, you need to be safe out on the water. It's going to be packed out there. I looked at some cameras, online cameras and stuff. It didn't look that bad on the sound side this morning. But
Not
tomorrow,
just yet. Tomorrow will be.
Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be jammed up over there. So we'll talk about courtesy on the water at the show and things like that. What I want to talk about, which is part of the electricity in this air today, is me and the excitement that we have, that we finished up an awesome summer school season.
Yay.
It was just so great. We did 4 field trips. We went to Cape Horn boats, Marine Max, Arco, and Blazer boats. My students love field trips.
And we
had a great time. And within all those field trips, students learn so much, in the classroom, in the shop. Most everything we did was hands-on, a lot of paperwork. Other than my 4 students that came in this year as new students, they did a lot of computer work. But I got them out into the shop area, had them do some compression tests. We ran out some motors, just got some hands-on with them, where I could stand next to them and guide them through that. And then I had my brand new students teaching other students that processes of that as well. So
that's very cool.
That was really cool. I do want to give out a shout out a couple here. I got a couple things that I'm excited about, and when I tell you this is why I do what I do. Okay.
I wish you could be a little bit more enthusiastic about it.
You want me to try to be a little more enthusiastic?
Your students are so blessed to have such a passionate teacher.
Let me take it up a notch.
Yeah, right.
So, we went to Marine Max, and these field trips that we do, it takes a lot of preparation. I don't have to do those.
Right.
We don't have to do field trips. There's a lot of things that I do that I don't have to do. What I'm always looking at is providing opportunity, right? Opportunity is what gets students excited and get gets them out into the field. So when we went to Marine Max, we had we did a boat, we did a tour, we had a great time. My students that are working there with helping us with the boat and the tour and everything. So that was pretty cool. And I had 2 students come up to me and say, we want to work there. And these are younger gentlemen, okay, 18, 19 years old, fresh out of high school, into my classroom. That's a place that we want to work. You know, we like this. And I was like, okay, well, if anything comes up. And lo and behold, about a week ago, I get a phone call from the service manager looking for people. And I said, I have 2 students right here.
Oh, my gosh.
Right? It's a co-op opportunity. I'm going to put them in as co-op because they finished about 850 hours of my program, right? So we're going to co-op them. And they did already let y'all know they hired them. You know, we're going to co-op them there. They interviewed, and as I was walking out the door yesterday, we were talking about, stay on, make sure you have your phone ready, make sure that you have your voicemail cleared, make sure that you're professional.
Don't want to miss the message.
All the things that you should do, right? If you're waiting on a phone call from somebody that might hire you. You want to be professional in your voicemail. You want to make sure that you're available. You want to make sure your voicemail box isn't filled up.
Right. You don't want to miss it.
Right. You don't want to miss it. And you want to always have an opportunity to call back if you anything. So I got a text from Jace. And he sent me a text, shortly after he left. Hey, I got the job.
Wow.
20 minutes later, Andrew texts me.
Wow.
We both got the job.
Wow. That's awesome.
And they're not friends, like outside friends. They're work partners in the classrooms, and they work well together in the classroom. Jace is my shop foreman or my shop boss. And then Andrew is our service advisor. So they have extra positions in the classroom as well, which helped them with this. We did mock interviews, which helped them with the interviews and all that stuff. So I'm just so happy and proud for them to do this, to go
congratulations.
out. Yeah, younger people getting into the field. I'm always concerned because a lot of times when these larger locations interview my younger students and things like that, you're not sure, what do they want seasoned people or do they want somebody they can bring up? Like Key Marine does that a lot with our students. They bring somebody in there that they not necessarily seasoned, but they have the ability to learn and they want to bring them up.
They have a good base of training. They've got a foundation to start with.
And a lot of times they'll stay with them for a long, long time. So, and I also want to give a shout out, and how we do Student of the Month.
Right.
I did Student of the Summer.
Oh,
okay. So we did Student of the Summer. So yesterday before we left, we did What Did You Learn? And then we did Student of the Summer, and Jace.
Oh my gosh.
Student of the Summer.
He's having a good week.
I'm telling you, that's exactly what I said. I said, what a wonderful day this is.
Wow.
Right? What a wonderful day. So now they're going through the process. I told them they need to study for their drug test. Okay, and do that. It's just a joke. It's just both are going to pass, and then they got to go through the hiring process.
Nice.
And so, congratulations to Jace, Andrew. Proud of their hard work. These two. Here's the downfall. 850-437-1620. Let me get that number out there in case you have a comment or something. And I'm gonna take it over and let Bill talk. But this is exciting to me.
Yeah.
The downfall to this for me is I'm losing number one students out of my classroom that holds things together. Now I'm looking for the ones that want to step up.
There you go.
Right? So we're looking for the step ups, the ones that's going to come in and take their places. So,
but
wow.
What great examples they have. I know, but what great examples they have. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
And now you get a little time off. So,
a little time off. I'm off for a few weeks, and I'm going to go up to school and do some things, but I'll be off, kind of. How teachers do. So, all right, Bill, it's on you now.
Congratulations, Stefan.
Get excited, Bill. Let's hear it.
All right. Well, yeah. Hey, I'm excited for Jace because Jace was just there at our place about a month ago, and he was spearheading a job that they had a big job.
Oh, wow.
And making sure everything happened and all, and doing what you would do out in the field. So that's awesome. And that's one of the things that makes Stefan number one in the nation with Yamaha at placing students in the field. I don't know. Are you number one with the rest of them as well?
They don't keep track as well as Yamaha. Yamaha really is into the tech schools. Suzuki is coming on board, and Mercury, of course, is. But Yamaha really crunches the numbers, and they want to know.
Well, that's great.
Jeff Crane is the one that's spearheading
and we place students. And most of the time, it's a Mercury Yamaha dealer or Mercury Suzuki, Yamaha Suzuki. So they're multi-line dealers. So, I would say yes.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Well, really, the first thing that I wanted to talk about this week, y'all, is the pride in the air. You know, I'm just so giddy and excited about the Blues being in town this week and all the excitement that brings not only to people that are on land, but the boating industry as well. And then also I wanted to talk about, and this plays right into Georgestone, is I wanted to talk about what it took to assemble the awesome technician team that we have at Key Marine. And really, it all started at Georgestone. Back in the 80s, the owner, Mickey Perriman, back then it was just him and his brother in a van that were, started. He had, had a bunch going on. He was a service manager, and just real quick, he did quite a bit there. And he decided to venture out and open his own business. And so, yeah, he was a student that graduated long before he was an instructor there.
Yeah.
But so it started there. And then, of course, he went through a few technicians and all that. But, probably about 15 years ago, I had started making a reputation working at Posner Marine for about 11 years. And I had I'd never been a rigger. I came straight out of, the garage with my father and all that. And I was already electromechanically inclined. And I really never went to a tech school to begin with, but I could already diagnose running issues from the minute I started. And so Mickey tried to hire me for a couple years, and I was kind of, my roots were there at Posner at the time. I had already done about 12 years before then, too, at a different place. And so, whenever I came aboard at Key Marine, Mickey had a different way of things. Now, of course, coming from all those diagnostics and literally thousands of them that I had went through, I was feeling pretty invincible at that time, and when it came to all these running issues and all, and that kind of followed me because I wanted to train everybody around me, just like Stefan did, about,
his phone's ringing.
and I had turned that off. I don't understand it. Okay. But anyways, so I'm always wanting to train everyone around me because we need help. We can't diagnose all the running issues out there. And Mickey kept instilling that in me of different ways of doing it and all that. And then probably about 10 years ago, Chance from Georgestone came aboard. And then I started, passing on what I knew to him and all. And then he went on to become a Yamaha Master Tech and all that, and brings so much to the table. Awesome technician. Then came Max. Max started when he was 18 without any formal training. He was similar to me in the garage with his dad and all. But since then, he's just missed the Yamaha Mercury Master Technician test by just barely missed it just this last year. And he'll get it this year.
Wow.
And then Nick came aboard. Nick came from New York, and he brought all kinds of techniques with him, a different way of doing things. And that's one of the most important things is when you're in my position is to, accept those techniques and grow with it,
Sure.
And don't be stuck in this, that's the way we've always done it. And so he brought a whole lot, and he just last year missed the Yamaha Master Test by one question.
Oh, my goodness.
He'll get it this next year. Then came Ben Spears. Ben Spears is he's a veteran. He's probably almost 40 years. He's the one that can do a lot of the two-stroke stuff and the jack of all trades, shop foreman, and he's the one that solves a lot of stuff and takes the pressure off of me as far as, solving those problems in the shop, and gives me more time to deal with the customers and do what we do that puts us on a different level when it comes to customer satisfaction and relations and explaining things and having all the right answers. And then, of course, after that, we had two more come from Georgestone. We had Jeff come aboard,
Nice.
And then we had B come aboard. And both of those guys are, just like I've said in the past, we've got this heck of a team camaraderie where they're constantly trading notes. And I can guarantee y'all one thing is that I'm going to ensure, and I oversee all that, and make sure we're making the right moves. And as times go by, I'm so grateful to have that team, not only them, but Aaron and the rest up front that provide us with that part that's needed. But yeah, we've got one heck of a team over there, and Jeff and B are coming up through the ranks.
All right, we got a text.
Okay, we got a text coming in. If you've got a question, this is BoatSmart, 850-437-1620. The question is, a friend of mine just traded from an inboard powered boat to one with 3 giant Mercury outboards. Why would this be better for the owner?
Well, I don't know.
Have at it, guys.
I mean, stern drives are they require more maintenance. They're more expensive to maintain, and just the physics of how the motor is with the crankshaft and the drive shaft and all that. But I can tell you what, the cost of operation's probably going up for him a little bit.
Probably a little bit, but your maintenance cost goes down really when you go with outboards and stuff. And now
really?
The larger boats now that we have, that you see these big cruiser boats and offshore boats that were inboard or powered are now going outboard power. So
interesting.
It's the industry's changing a lot.
Mm-hmm. And so what's the biggest advantage, would you say?
Just the maintenance portion of it is the biggest advantage, I think. On and depending on horsepower, and how you get into the larger, bigger horsepower motors, of course, it gets a little expensive. A little expensive when you're looking at a 600 horsepower Merc. But maintenance is better. You can get good fuel economy as well.
Oh, yeah, okay. And really, to tell you the truth, the outboards are designed from the beginning by the engineers to be in the water marine motors. Most stern drive motors were originally based on a car motor, and it has a lot to do with the angle of the crankshaft and the turns that it has to take to go down and spin the prop and all that in layman's terms. But yeah, since the advent of 4-stroke big outboards, the stern drives are getting less and less popular for sure.
They're still going to be around, though. People think they're going away, but they're not. They're still going to be there. A stern drive technician still has the opportunity to make a lot of money.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to do a giveaway here.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
All right.
850-437-1620 is the number. Give us a call or text. We're going to do a giveaway, and maybe you have a question or comment. Maybe you're out the air show and you're listening to us, and you want to tell us about that as well.
Okay, so what is the question?
The question does fall right in line with that. I'm sure a lot of people know this, but what type of jet are the Blue Angels?
Oh, that's an easy one.
Yeah, a lot
easy
of people
peasy.
know that. It would be nice if you knew the official, F number and the nickname.
Okay, all right. So we got to have the F number and the nickname. 850-437-1620. What are they going to win?
Okay, the prize this week is a nice OEM Mercury racing hat and also a Yamaha water bottle.
Okay, first one to get it right. 850-437-1620. So while we're waiting for those texts to come in on Pep Talk, tell me a little bit about boating safety for the air show. There's got to be some special hints. You guys are experienced. You've been out there many times. How can you help somebody that maybe is going out there for the first time?
Yeah, for the first time, okay. Obviously safety gear, always. Life jackets for everybody and all that stuff. Do a rundown with the people you have on the boat as far as if anything happens, where the life jackets are and stuff like that. The number one thing I'm going to say is be patient. I always say that, okay? The other thing, you need to give people room. Okay, it's going to get packed out over there. Try not to get on top of everybody. I don't know, Meg, if we looked at the weather today, there might be a storm blow up or something. We never know.
Right now, we're looking at about 30 to 40% chance, which is typical in the summer. Highs in the 90s, heat index over 100. So pack your patience and water.
Yep.
Those are the two things.
Yep. Drink water. Watch the weather. Pay attention to the boats that are around you. Pay attention to swimmers that are in the water, people in the water around you and that kind of stuff. There's a lot going on out there, right, Bill?
There sure is. And for first-time people going out there, they just can't visualize how treacherous it can be, because the biggest thing is, just a lot of boats, but the wakes that are generated from them, especially the bigger boats. I mean, it can, like he had said last week, you could get 8-foot wakes underneath the bridge there, and it's real easy for things to go south.
Yeah,
okay, I get the alerts from Escambia County. You can get these on your phone. Today's current flag color on Pensacola Beach is yellow and purple. Moderate surf and currents. Jellyfish are present, so moderate surf right now.
I'd rather have lightning than jellyfish. I can't stand those things.
They can be rough for sure.
No kidding. Hey. And again, if you want to win the prize, you just text it in at 850-437-1620. What kind of jet are they flying with the Blue Angels?
Yeah, and I think someone will get that. I always want to, and I've mentioned this in the last couple of weeks, I always want everybody to respect the law enforcement that's out there and not consider them to be a hassle. They're there for your safety. And most of them, they're just doing their job, making sure that everybody, because without them, could you imagine what it would be like?
It'd be bad. It would be.
You know, with people over drinking and not having the safety equipment and all that, it just could be really bad. So we really appreciate not only the Coast Guard, but the what do you got? The game wardens and the
Sheriff's Department.
Sheriff's Department has boats out there. We really thank y'all for doing what you do.
No doubt about it. And no drones.
That's
No
right.
drones.
Big
No drones.
time this year.
So,
Big penalties for that.
If
And
you
no
listen,
kites.
if you listen to this show, you know I fly drones.
Yes.
I love flying drones, and there's no way I would do that. I wouldn't do that if they told me not to do that, you know. And people do fly drones on the sound side from boat to boat and stuff like that, but they will get you this year.
Okay, we have a winner.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
We have a winner. So the question was, what type of jet are the Blue Angels? And the correct answer was a F-18 Super Hornet.
Awesome.
And guess who got it?
Yay.
Chris, you are the winner with your phone number ending 0151. I will text you, Chris, on how you can get that. Actually, you can just stop by Key Marine, correct, to pick up his prize, which is an OEM Mercury racing hat and a Yamaha water bottle, just in time for Blue Angels.
Yep. Key Marine located 5621 Bauer Rd.
Please come and get it.
There you go. All right, some more safety tips because we still have a few minutes left, and I think it's you guys have the experience for years with this.
We've been to air shows, so we know how it goes, and it's real easy to get fired up when people do stupid things, right? And I know some people just don't know, but some people just decide they're not going to put in early, and they're going to come in there and they're going to crowd you and just run their boat right up on top of you, right? So people do that.
Right.
Also, so try to give people room. That is number one. When the air show is over, just sit there for a little bit. Let boats creep out. Let them leave. Plan on another hour after the show.
Just relax.
Relax. Take it easy. Talk about what you saw, you know, and enjoy a little bit of time and don't rush. And it seems to me that the people that are closest to the shore in their boat are the ones that want to leave first. And it's almost like bumper boats out there at times. They come flying out of there, and it's unbelievable how people will bounce off a boat from boat to boat, getting tangled up in anchor lines and things like that. So, I mean, it's mostly common sense.
Yeah,
right.
You might as well wait there because you're going to have to wait at the boat ramp if you don't.
Well, that's true. There will be a backup at the boat ramp for sure.
Yeah, the boat ramp's going to be backed up. The intercoastal, I mean, it's just the whole intercoastal is boat. It's crazy how many boats are out there during the Blue Angel show.
I think leaving is when you'll encounter the biggest wakes, too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Going there, people are kind of like, hey, we're excited, and they're cruising along, you know, nobody's rushing, but it seems like they want to rush back home.
Right.
You know?
Any tips on anchoring out there once you find your spot? Because it's sort of a contest to see who gets what spot, right?
Yeah, you're kind of at the mercy to the boats that are around you when it comes to anchoring, because sometimes you want to put an anchor out on the bow, you want one off the stern, kind of hold the boat in a certain position, but if you anchor that way, your boat's not going to move.
Right.
It depends on what they're doing around you. A lot of times you put an anchor off the bow, and then the boat can move if the wind starts to push you or the current starts to push you, and then all boats move at the same time or the same direction.
Right.
Kind of a little bit friendlier anchoring, if you will. Always pay attention to your anchor. Make sure it hasn't moved. Look at the boats around you. Anytime you got another boat that moves in, look at it. Make sure you're not moving, those kind of things. There's a lot to it, but you know, if you take these safety tips, you're going to be safe out there.
All right. You've been listening to BoatSmart. They are here every Friday right at 10 o'clock. We've got Bill Kidwell here, Stefan Schmidt.
Yep, and we appreciate the calls and texts today. We'll be back in here next Friday, and I'll take it down a notch next Friday.
That's okay.
Less
We love your
caffeine for you.
enthusiasm. It's awesome. This is Pep Talk, Pensacola's expert panel with Meg. I'm sorry I didn't get to all your questions, but thanks to everybody that listens and texts into the show each week. We just appreciate you so much. This is BoatSmart and Pep Talk.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.